Hello, my name is LBerg, and today I'm going to talk about the evolution from traditional human resources, or HR, to human capital management, known as HCM. Over time, organizations have changed the way they think about employees. Instead of simply seeing works of people who complete tasks or follow assigned job duties, many organizations now view them as valuable assets who contribute to long-term success. In this presentation, I'll explain what HCM is, how it evolved from HR practices, and why it matters today, especially in public safety organizations. Human capital management refers to the practices organizations use to recruit, train, manage, and retain employees. What makes HCM different from traditional HR is that it takes a more strategic view of the workforce. Instead of focusing mainly on administrative tasks like payroll or updating policies, HCM looks at the entire employee lifecycle, from hiring to onboarding to development and long-term retention. The main idea is that employees are investments. When organizations support employee growth and development, it benefits the individual and the organization as a whole. The concept of human capital became widely known after economist Gary Becker discussed it in the early 1960s. He argued that investments in things like education and training increase a person's productivity and overall value. Around the same time, organizations began shifting their approach to workforce management, such as tracking employee time, talent acquisition, and benefits administration. Traditionally, HR departments focus mostly on administrative duties like payroll, forms, and employee records. Over time, organizations realized that managing people more strategically could improve performance and organizational success. That shift eventually led to what we now call human capital management, which emphasizes talent development, engagement, and aligning employees with organizational goals. Although HR and HCM are closely related, they focus on different priorities. Traditional HR tends to focus more on administrative processes like payroll, benefits, and compliance. HCM takes a broader perspective. It focuses on developing employees, improving performance, and planning future workforce needs. In simple terms, HR often manages the processes, while HCM focuses on maximizing the value and potential of the people within the organization. Employee retention is another important concept within HCM. Retention refers to the strategies organizations use to keep employees satisfied, engaged, and motivated to stay with the organization. High employee turnover can be really expensive because organizations must constantly recruit and train new employees. To address this, many organizations focus on strategies like career development opportunities, supportive leadership, and flexible work environments. In public safety organizations, one example might be mentorship programs, where new recruits are paired with experienced officers who can provide guidance and support as they adjust to the job. Performance reviews are structured evaluation used to assess how well employees are performing in their roles. They help organizations provide feedback, identify areas for improvement, and make decisions about things like promotions or additional training. Today, many organizations are moving forward more continuous feedback instead of usually the annual reviews. In a public safety setting, a performance review might evaluate things like response time, communication with the community, and how cases are handled or followed up on. These evaluations help ensure accountability while also supporting professional development. Human capital refers to the skills, knowledge, experience, and abilities that employees bring to an organization. Organizations invest in human capital through things like training programs, education, and professional development. For example, a police department might provide crisis intervention training to help officers respond more effectively to high stress or high risk situations. When organizations invest in these types of skills, employees become more effective and the organization benefits through improved performance and strong community relationships. Some topics related to HCM can also be controversial. One example is diversity, equity, and inclusion, often referred to as DEI. Supporters believe DEI helps create fair opportunities in more inclusive workplaces. However, critics sometimes argue that it could shift attention away from traditional merit-based decisions. Another controversial issue is nepotism, which occurs when people are hired or promoted based on personal relationships rather than qualifications. Nepotism can create conflicts of interest and may reduce trust within an organization if employees believe decisions are not being fully made fairly. Because of this, many organizations establish policies designed to promote transparency and fairness in hiring and promotion practices. Overall, the shift from traditional HR to human capital management highlights the growing importance of developing and supporting employees throughout their careers. When organizations invest in their people, they also strengthen their ability to achieve long-term goals and success. Thank you, and this concludes my presentation.